The second Leg 1 semi-final in Italy's Coppa Italia tournament goes down on Wednesday, April 3rd at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time between Fiorentina and Atalanta. Let's look at how these teams got here, the odds for Fiorentina and Atalanta, the current form of these teams, and the best bet and prediction for Fiorentina and Atalanta on Wednesday. Fiorentina entered the tournament in the round of 16. They drew Parma 2-2 before going on to win that game in PKs while playing at home. In the quarterfinals, Fiorentina were again at home, and they again drew, this time 0-0 with Bologna, again going on to win in PKs. Atalanta also came into this tournament in the round of 16. They beat Sassuolo 3-1 at home. They then went to Milan in the quarterfinals, and they got the 2-1 win with 2 goals from 10 Coupe AC Milan scored in the 45th minute before Atalanta drew level moments later in first half extra time. Atalanta got the win with the 59th minute PK. The odds in this game, at least at Bet365, make this completely dead even. They cannot split either of these teams. Both Fiorentina and Atalanta are at plus 162. The draw plus 240. Over 2.5 minus 118. The under minus 106. Both teams to score yes, minus 150. And both teams to score no, plus 110. If we look at the head-to-head stats between Fiorentina and Atalanta, these teams were set to play in Serie A on March 17th, but with the hospitalization and later passing of Fiorentina's GM Joe Barone, that game was postponed to be played later on. Otherwise, they played in September in Fiorentina, and it was won 3-2 at home by Fiorentina. Last year, the scores were much lower, 1-0 Atalanta and 1-1. For Fiorentina in league play, they are 10th in Serie A at 12-7-10. They have 43 points. They just lost at home, though, to AC Milan this weekend, 2-1 on Saturday. When playing at home overall, though, they are at 8-3-4. They've scored 27 goals and allowed 17 in that time. And that loss to AC Milan on the weekend means Fiorentina is now winless in 4 games. And since that quarterfinal Coppa Italia win, they have just 3 wins in their last 13 games, so not in great form across all of their competitions in different tournaments. They have 1 0-0 draw with Torino, and that's the only clean sheet they've kept in that time. They have, though, scored a goal in 4 straight games, as well as in 8 of their past 10. Recently, bets on both teams to score in Fiorentina games have been a good bet, with scores being 2-1, 1-1, 2-2, and 4-3 in their recent games. Atalanta, they are fighting for European spots in Serie A, being 6th. They're 15-5-9. They have 54 goals for and 32 goals allowed. That's the 4th most goals in the division. Away from home, they are 5-4-6. Scoring 23 and allowing 22. Atalanta's 3-0 win over Napoli this weekend on Saturday now gives them back-to-back wins and makes them undefeated in 4 games. They, too, have seen some good bets coming in on both teams to score lately, with that prop hitting in 4 of their last 5 games, as well as in 7 of 10. Since December 9th, that being 20 games, Atalanta have just 3 losses, 2 to Bologna and 1 to Inter Milan, and they have scored in all but 2 of those 20 games. Now, with the amount of both teams to score games that have been hitting for both of these teams of late, Atalanta being the slightly better team here, but allowing a goal in 8 of their past 9 road games, Fiorentina being the team at home, where they have scored in 18 of 22 home matches across all competitions this season. I think that trend of both teams to score looks like a good bet here. You can get slightly better odds over at Caesars at minus 143 for the both teams to score. Let's make that the best bet in the Fiorentina-Atalanta predictions. How do you see this game going? Drop your picks down there in the comments, and good luck in the Coppa Italia this week.